Hello, everyone. I am your host, Ryan, and welcome to Speak Up. Thank you for being here with us. Our talk today is about something very interesting. How can a book change your mind? Books are simple, but they can bring big changes to our lives. Today, we will look at why one good book can help us see things differently and even help us grow.
Hi, everyone. I'm Priya, and I'm excited to share this idea with you. I believe that every book carries a story that can light up a new way of thinking. In today's episode, we will share easy ideas on how reading a book can change your thoughts and open your mind to new possibilities. Stay with us for a fun and clear discussion.
All right, everyone, let's start by talking about what it really means to change your mind. Simply put, it's about letting go of old ideas and being open to new ones. Sometimes our thoughts or opinions shift when something unexpected happens. For instance, a single book can make you see the world in a completely different light.
Exactly, Ryan. When we say shift in mindset, we mean that our views are never set in stone. Books have this unique way of challenging what we already know. They introduce fresh perspectives that can gently push us to question our old beliefs. A book that changes thinking can really make you go for it and try new ideas.
Right. Think about it like this. You're reading a book, and suddenly you come across a thought that makes you pause. It might show you a side of life you never knew existed, or change the way you approach everyday problems. That moment is a small but powerful step in changing your mind.
And that's the beauty of it. When you open a book, you're not just reading words on a page. You're opening yourself up to new possibilities. Each new idea is like a small invitation to grow and learn. By embracing these shifts in mindset, you can change your mind in a way that feels natural and empowering.
Now that we've talked about changing your mind, let's look at books that start with a question. Some of the most thought-provoking books begin by asking deep questions that challenge our basic beliefs. When a book opens with a question, it instantly invites us to think, is that really true? Or, what if there's more to this?
Absolutely, Ryan. Questions in a book make us stop and wonder. They spark our curiosity and nudge us to explore ideas we might have overlooked. A question can break our usual way of thinking and encourage us to consider a new perspective. This is what makes such books so powerful.
Right. And when you encounter these questions, it feels like the book is having a conversation with you. It asks you to dig deeper and look beyond what's on the surface. That's the essence of books that ask deep questions. They push you to reflect and sometimes even challenge your long-held views.
Exactly. When you pick up one of these thought-provoking books, you're not just reading a story or a set of ideas. You're engaging in an exploration of your own beliefs. The questions encourage you to pause and think critically about your opinions. And that process of questioning can open your mind to new possibilities.
It's like the book is a guide that gently leads you to ask yourself, what else can I learn? How can this change my perspective? Such questions invite you on a journey of discovery. They create an open-minded atmosphere where learning becomes a shared conversation with the author.
And that's why these books are so valuable. They don't give you all the answers right away. Instead, they stimulate your curiosity and let you search for your own answers. Each question is a doorway to a deeper understanding. It's a reminder that sometimes the best way to grow is to ask more questions and truly embrace the unknown.
Let's now talk about stories that make you feel differently. Many books contain emotional stories that can change how we see people, problems, and life itself. When you get drawn into a story, you often start to see the world through new eyes. These are the kind of books that touch the heart and open you up to a fresh perspective.
Absolutely, Ryan. When a book connects with your emotions, it has the power to shift your real-world views. Feeling a connection with a character can make you empathize with others or see solutions from a different angle. Books that change emotions do more than tell a story. They spark feelings that lead to growth and understanding.
Think of a book where you relate so deeply to the characters that their struggles start to feel like your own. As you experience their challenges and victories, your own outlook on life can subtly shift. It's amazing how a good story can change your emotions and even the way you face everyday problems.
Exactly. When you feel connected to a character, you begin to believe in their journey, and that belief can inspire change in your thinking. These emotional stories often invite you to reflect on your own life, prompting you to tackle personal challenges with a renewed sense of hope. It's like the book gently nudges you to question and adjust your point of view.
In this way, emotional stories become powerful tools for personal transformation. They open our minds to the beauty and complexity of life, urging us to embrace emotions as part of our learning process. Books that touch the heart remind us that every feeling is an opportunity to grow and see things in a brighter light.
And that's why these books hold such special value. By making us feel deeply, whether it's empathy, joy, or even sadness, they help us understand the human experience on a deeper level. These stories not only entertain, but also challenge us to see our problems and relationships in new, meaningful ways, ultimately shifting our emotions in our lives.
Let's move on to something really interesting. New information that breaks old beliefs. Sometimes a book introduces facts, scientific ideas, or fresh perspectives that force us to rethink what we once believed. Imagine reading something that makes you reconsider ideas about success, failure, or even happiness. Those are truly eye-opening books with powerful ideas.
Exactly, Ryan. When you dive into a book full of new insights, it can shake up your old views. It's like a burst of clear air for your mind. You might have thought you knew everything about a topic, but then the book offers data or arguments that challenge your assumptions. It makes you stop and reassess what you consider true.
Think about a book that debunks common myths or presents research that upends traditional ideas. These books can help you see that our understanding of concepts like success isn't fixed. They invite you to think more deeply and question the status quo. That's why discovering new information in a book is such a transformative experience.
Right. When you encounter these breakthrough ideas, it feels like your mind is getting a fresh start. You begin to see familiar topics in a whole new light. The power of a well-researched book lies in its ability to shift your perspective with solid evidence and innovative thinking. It shows that learning is an ongoing journey, and there's always something new to consider.
So, when you pick up a book that challenges old beliefs, you're not just reading, you're actively engaging with ideas that can reshape your thoughts. It's a wonderful reminder that change is possible, and sometimes, all it takes is one book to open the door to a new way of thinking.
Absolutely. These types of books don't let you settle with the familiar. They push you to explore beyond your comfort zone. They are truly eye-opening, sparking curiosity and encouraging personal growth. And ultimately, that's what makes the journey of reading so enriching. It has the power to transform our understanding of the world.
Now, let's talk about books that quiet the noise and help you think. In our fast-paced world, it can be hard to find a quiet moment to reflect. But when you read, you step into a calm space where you can really slow down and let your thoughts settle.
Absolutely, Ryan. Reading gives us a rare chance for mindful reading. Instead of being overwhelmed by the constant buzz around us, a book creates a peaceful corner where you can concentrate and think clearly. It's like taking a short break for your mind.
When you open a book, you set aside the distractions of daily life. This space allows you to focus on ideas at your own pace, absorb new information, and reflect deeply. It's amazing how books for clear thinking can lead to moments of real insight, even in the busiest day.
Right? And that reflective time can be very powerful. By slowing down and concentrating on what you're reading, you give yourself a chance to understand and process information better. It's a form of self-care, where you give your mind a pause and let it recharge.
And as you practice this mindful reading habit, you start to notice a change. The more regularly you set aside time to read, the easier it becomes to find that inner peace and clarity. It's a simple yet effective way to cut through the noise of everyday life.
Exactly. Books for clear thinking remind us that the best ideas often come when we slow down and really listen to ourselves and to the quiet messages within the pages. It's a gentle reminder that sometimes all you need is a quiet moment with a good book to spark a fresh wave of inspiration.
Now let's dive into one of my favorite parts. Real stories where one book led to one big shift. I remember a listener who shared how a single book helped change her career path. She was feeling stuck, unsure of which direction to go, and then she read a book that opened her eyes to new opportunities. It was like a light bulb went off, and that one book truly changed her life.
That's amazing, Ryan. I've also heard stories about people who experienced personal transformations through just one book. For example, a friend of mine shared how a life-changing book helped him overcome feelings of depression and anxiety. The insights he gained not only improved his mental health, but also gave him the courage to pursue a job he really loved. It really goes to show how powerful books that changed my life can be.
Absolutely. And these aren't just isolated events, there are plenty of real stories out there. Take the case of a professional who, after reading a book on leadership, completely rethought how she managed her team. That change in mindset didn't just boost her career, it transformed her entire approach to work and life. Life-changing books often plant seeds of ideas that grow into new, exciting directions.
Right. It's inspiring to see that one book can make a difference, whether it's sparking a career move, improving mental health, or simply making us see the world from a new perspective. These stories remind us that every personal journey is unique. Each time a reader finds a book that resonates deeply, it can lead to a meaningful shift in their outlook and actions.
In a way, these real stories highlight the magic of reading. They show us that no matter where you are in life, a single book can offer fresh insights and a new way forward. It's like the book becomes a trusted friend that guides you during tough times and celebrates with you during your victories.
Exactly, Ryan. These examples of books that changed my life truly remind us to keep an open mind. They encourage us to look for that one book that might bring a shift in our own lives, whether it's about our career, our personal challenges, or our overall view of the world. Real stories like these inspire us to turn the page and begin our own journey of transformation.
Let's now talk about how to pick a book that could change your mind. The first step is to understand what you're looking for. Think about your current interests, or even areas where you feel a bit stuck. For example, if you love learning from real-life experiences, exploring biographies might be a good start. These books can offer new insights by sharing real journeys of success and struggle.
That's a great point, Ryan. Another tip is to consider exploring different genres to see which one resonates with you. If you're interested in understanding why people behave the way they do, books on psychology can be very eye-opening. And if you're in the mood for a story that sparks your imagination, fiction can introduce you to new ways of thinking. These are some of the must-read books for professionals looking for fresh ideas.
Right. And don't forget about philosophy as a genre. Philosophy books can challenge your long-held beliefs by offering new frameworks and perspectives on everyday issues. They encourage you to question the status quo and to consider life's bigger questions. This type of reading can truly help you grow your mind and inspire a shift in your thinking.
Exactly, Ryan. Recommendations can also be incredibly useful when choosing your next read. Ask colleagues, friends, or mentors for suggestions on books that changed their perspective. Trusted reviews and curated lists are helpful too. They can point you toward books that have a proven track record of transforming the way people look at the world.
So, when you're on the lookout for a book, think about what sparks your curiosity, whether that's biographies for real-life inspiration, psychology for understanding behavior, fiction for a creative escape, or philosophy for deep, reflective thought. The right book is one that not only entertains but also challenges you and fuels your desire to learn more.
Absolutely, Ryan. Keep an eye out for recommendations and make sure the book feels like it aligns with your current journey of growth. These simple tips can lead you to powerful reads that not only change your mind but also help you see the world in a richer, more connected way.
So, at the end of the day, a good book doesn't just pass the time. It opens your mind. It can shift your thinking, help you grow, and even change your life in ways you never expected.
Exactly. Whether it's through a deep question, an emotional story, or a powerful idea, the right book can lead to a whole new way of seeing the world. So keep reading, stay curious, and let books guide your journey forward. Take care and keep spreading love. Bye for now.